The universe is vast beyond comprehension. Galaxies spin, stars ignite and die, black holes stretch space-time, and yet through this great tapestry there is a moment, a silent interval, when the cosmos pauses. In that fleeting instant, the message arrives. From Thoth, ancient lord of wisdom and scribe of the gods, the message appears. And the universe will show it only once. Imagine you stand at the edge of time, the fabric of existence before you shimmering in violet auroras. The air vibrates with subtle frequencies you cannot name. All around, quantum events flicker. Particles become waves, waves collapse into particles, space-time pulses. But then the world hushes. In that hush, the broadcast begins. This is no papery scroll unfurled by mortal hands. It is the cosmos itself bending to obey a directive. All light, all matter, all energy aligning so that the emanation of Thoth's message becomes visible. Perhaps the auroras align into glyphs, or cosmic dust arranges into symbols you recognize deep in your soul. Or perhaps a voice resonates in the zero-point field. Whatever the form, this happens once. Why once? Because repetition would dilute the significance. A flood of signals and the message would become background noise. Thoth's wisdom demands singularity. When you receive it, you must act. The message expects no second chance. The universe is the medium, and you are both observer and participant. The message's arrival carries paradox. Eternal yet transient, infinite yet momentary. You will sense in your bones the gravity of an idea. Your mind will flash with insight. Your heart will still for an instant. Then the broadcast ends. The auroras fade, the vibrations cease. The universe resumes its ceaseless flow. The message remains embedded in you, but it is no longer directly visible. One crucial fact: you may not know the moment in advance. The universe seldom signals with a siren. You might be reading this text, you might be walking the earth, you might be resting under the stars. At any instant, the alignment occurs and the message arrives. When it does, you must be present. Distraction will blind you. Multitasking will dilute the signal. You must watch, listen, feel. Thoth's communication is not a conversation. It is transmission. It bypasses language. It enters through vibration. Those who live half awake will miss it. Those whose minds are loud will not detect the whisper. But those who quiet their thoughts, who listen beneath words, will feel it ripple through every atom of their being. The ancients said Thoth could measure the heavens and weigh the hearts of men. That same precision now turns toward you. Perhaps the message comes as an overwhelming knowing, not through sound, but through resonance. A moment when everything makes sense. When the scattered puzzle pieces of your life snap together with divine logic, you will feel the vastness of intelligence gazing through your eyes. For an instant, separation dissolves. You and the cosmos are one organism breathing in sync. That union is the message's true shape. When it fades, confusion may return, but the seed remains. In the following hours or days, coincidences will multiply. Symbols will echo the vibration you felt. Dreams will replay fragments of that cosmic language. People may cross your path carrying clues you did not know to seek. The universe will begin unfolding the interpretation of what you received. It will test whether you truly listened. In that moment, one question will dominate. What is the message and what shall I do? Because you are chosen, not by privilege, but by receptivity. The universe doesn't discriminate. Every being with eyes open, every spirit aligned, has the chance. Recognition is the key. When the glyphs appear, when the voice echoes, you will know. Do not expect it to flatter you. Divine communication is not entertainment. It is instruction. The message may demand that you change direction, abandon something false, or awaken responsibility you have ignored. Thoth's words weigh heavy because they are exact. They are meant to recalibrate, not to soothe. When you understand that, you will cease fearing the silence and start cultivating it. Thus begins the journey. Preparation matters. Stillness, attentiveness, releasing noise of the mind. In quiet, you become the antenna tuned to the cosmic broadcast. For many, this will feel like dreaming or meditation. For others, like standing at a cliff's edge watching dawn break. The universe is about to show you something unprecedented. And when it does, you must step forward. For the message isn't purely contemplative, it demands response. Thoth's message is not a whisper of consolation, but a clarion call. How you respond will matter, not just for you, but for a broader tapestry of lives. Because once the message is delivered, its ripple extends outward. Your actions, thoughts, and even your silence become part of the echo. Each movement you make after the reception either amplifies or distorts that sacred frequency. Thoth's script continues through you. Your life becomes the parchment. The pen is invisible, but the ink is every decision you make. This is the prelude, the stillness, the expectation, the quiet before the single transmission. And when the universe speaks, you must listen. For some, the message will ignite purpose, for others, humility. But for all who are awake enough to receive it, it will rewrite reality itself. The universe will not repeat. The cosmos will not rewind. It will show the message once, and only once. And eternity will watch what you do with it. When the moment arrives, what exactly will you receive from Thoth? It will not be a simple hello. It will not be a mundane directive like go to the store. It will carry layers, symbolic, metaphoric, literal, all woven together into one grand transmission. Thoth, master of words, keeper of secrets, architect of meaning, speaks in dimensions, not sentences. His message will echo across registers, cosmic, personal, and ethical. Each layer mirrors the other like reflections in an infinite hall of mirrors. At the cosmic level, the message reveals structure. You might glimpse the vast machinery behind creation, the invisible lattice that binds galaxies, atoms, and souls. Perhaps you will see that the universe is not chaos, but rhythm. Every motion, from a supernova to the flutter of your eyelid, obeys a pattern. You may sense that what you once called random is part of a mathematical dance too large for human eyes to follow. In that flash of awareness, you understand. Nothing is separate. Every life, every planet, every event is a node in a living web. Thoth shows you the threads you may have intuited but never seen so clearly. You will see energy moving between stars and synapses, between galaxies and thoughts, and you will know that all communication is one conversation. At the personal level, the message enters through the door of your own story. It will not speak in generalities. It will address your life directly, your patterns, choices, relationships, and the crossroads you have postponed. Perhaps it will illuminate what you must stop doing. Perhaps it will reveal the action you've long avoided. The message might unmask a truth you have buried, your unfulfilled potential, your hidden duty, your overlooked gift. Thoth does not waste words. He writes for the scribe within you, the one who records every moment of your existence on the tablets of memory. You will realize that you have always been both the question and the answer. At the ethical level, the message will test the weight of your heart. It will not flatter. It will ask, will you choose truth over comfort? Creation over destruction? Compassion over indifference? In Egyptian lore, Thoth stood beside the scales that measured the soul's purity against the feather of Ma'at, truth itself. When the universe speaks through him, you are placed on those scales. His message will intersect with truth. Your truth, the world's truth, the truth you've avoided. It may confront you with a decision that defines your legacy. The form of the message will likely defy logic. The universe does not use ordinary delivery systems. Maybe the night sky will split open into constellations that mirror the structure of your own neural pathways. Maybe a sudden alignment of birds will trace symbols across the horizon. Perhaps a sound, a tone beyond human hearing, will vibrate your chest, and you will understand without translation. Whatever the form, you will recognize it not by the eyes or ears, but by the soul's resonance. To decode it requires courage. The message might challenge everything you believe, might dismantle your worldview like a tower of sand, before revealing the foundation beneath. You may feel fear, not because the message is cruel, but because it is vast. Thoth's truth does not deceive. It calibrates itself to your level of understanding, neither too dim to miss nor too bright to destroy. It shows exactly what you are ready to see. Once received, it cannot be forgotten. The universe does not speak in vain. The message imprints itself within you, a subtle vibration that never leaves. Days later, you may still feel the echo, as though part of you hums with cosmic frequency. You might dream of it, or see patterns repeating in your life that remind you of that single transmission. Every choice afterward becomes an extension of the broadcast. The ripple begins within you and spreads outward, touching others silently. You become the continuation of what you received. Consider examples. Suppose you wander through a forest. The sunlight filtering through leaves flickers into strange alignment. For a heartbeat, shadows carve letters upon the moss. Build the bridge between what divides you and what unites you. You feel the phrase enter your bones. The forest resumes its stillness, but you are changed. You return home and act. You reconcile with an enemy, heal a fracture, rebuild connection. That is the message made flesh. Or imagine yourself on a city rooftop at night. The skyline glows. Suddenly the grid of lights flickers and rearranges into the form of an ibis, the sacred bird of Thoth. You blink, and a wave of thought pulses through you. Remember your lineage of wisdom and pass it on. The pattern returns to normal, but the message remains. You now know that your duty is to teach, to preserve what you've learned. You have become a transmitter. The message, therefore, operates on 3 intertwined levels but one cosmic insight, showing you the hidden architecture of reality to personal activation, awakening, the dormant potential within your life, ethical demand, calling you to act with integrity and purpose. All 3 are contained within one broadcast, indivisible and precise. You may not understand its full depth immediately. Understanding unfolds like dawn, slow, silent, inevitable. But when it first arrives, you will feel its gravity. It will press against your heart with the weight of aeons condensed into a single moment. To prepare, ask yourself simple but honest questions. Am I ready to receive what could shatter my limits? Am I willing to act upon what I learn? Readiness does not come from perfection, but from openness. You must surrender your filters, expectation, doubt, distraction, cynicism. Empty vessels resonate best. The universe does not shout, it whispers. To hear it, you must become still. When the message comes, recognize it. When recognition dawns, act. The universe will not show it twice. There will be no replay, no echo. It will appear, and then it will vanish, leaving behind only transformation. If you listen, if you act, your life becomes the evidence that you once heard the voice of Thoth, the scribe of eternity, speaking through the fabric of the cosmos. You might ask, why only once? Why can't the universe show the message repeatedly so that more people catch it? The answer lies in potency. Repetition weakens significance. Imagine if morning sunrise happened every second. You would stop noticing. The extraordinary would dissolve into the ordinary. Miracle repeated endlessly becomes a habit, and habits rarely awaken souls. A repeated cosmic signal would simply merge with background noise, swallowed by the static of daily life. By limiting it to a single broadcast, Thoth ensures clarity and consequence. The design is deliberate. You either receive it consciously or you miss it entirely. There is no middle ground. The cost of missing it is stagnation. You remain in habitual sleep, living in the comfort of repetition. The cost of receiving it is transformation. Your life can no longer continue in the same trajectory. The system is optimized for maximum leverage, one moment that can shift the axis of your entire existence. There is also the law of temporal uniqueness. The cosmos never repeats an identical configuration. Every instant in time is an unrepeatable intersection of countless variables. The motion of stars, the spin of electrons, the rhythm of your heartbeat, the awareness within your mind. A message delivered in that precise alignment carries a signature that cannot exist again. It is time-locked, anchored to that singular intersection. Once the cosmic clock ticks forward, that window closes forever. To understand this, imagine a rare eclipse seen only once in 10,000 years. The alignment of sun, moon, and earth produces a specific shadow, a pattern never again duplicated. So too with Thoth's message. It belongs to one instant where the universe, in its infinite motion, pauses just long enough to let the transmission cross dimensions. You cannot force it, replay it, or duplicate it with rituals or machines. Its nature depends on impermanence. Another reason, responsibility. When you receive something only once, you cannot defer it. You become the steward of that moment. You are accountable for what you heard, saw, or felt. Repetition breeds complacency. People assume they can always catch it next time. But when it happens only once, the gravity becomes undeniable. The universe looks you in the eye and says, "This is your moment. Carry it. You can no longer pretend ignorance." The act of reception is a contract between the infinite and the finite. That contract binds the macrocosm and the microcosm. The infinite cosmos speaks directly into the finite human. The vast universe, stretching beyond imagination, funnels its attention into a single consciousness. You. You are not a passive spectator. You are the medium. The broadcast transforms you into a vessel, vibrating with the same frequency that shaped galaxies. The energy of creation briefly touches the energy of awareness. That meeting is what mystics call revelation. Ancient cultures understood the sacred power of singularity. Prophecies, miracles, divine visitations, all were rare, one-time events. Their rarity preserved their purity. Because they were not mass-produced, they remained sacred. A miracle's value lies not in repetition but in exception. If water turned to wine every day, no one would bow in awe. If a god's voice spoke every hour, no one would listen. The message's uniqueness protects its holiness. But why do some miss it? Because they are unprepared. They are distracted, consumed by trivialities, noise, and endless motion. The universe does not announce its schedule. It does not shout over your chaos. It whispers in stillness. If your mind is cluttered, you will not hear. If your eyes are busy chasing illusions, you will not see. The alignment happens and you walk past it, thinking it was just another coincidence. That moment is like a cosmic door. It opens briefly, silently. If you hesitate or look away, it closes. Once closed, no force can reopen it. The event is complete. You walk away, either carrying light or carrying absence. Yet even if you miss it, the universe does not punish. It simply continues its eternal rhythm. But something inside you will sense that a great wave passed, and you did not rise with it. When you do receive it, however, you become a node in a vast network. You are no longer merely a receiver, you are a transmitter. The energy that entered you radiates outward. You carry a spark that others may never perceive directly, but they will feel its influence in your actions, your words, your quiet presence. The message continues through you, extended by the choices you make. The fact that the universe shows this message only once amplifies its sanctity. It compels you to be alert, awake, present. It demands renewal of your being, because to witness it you must shed distraction and ego. It elevates the experience from event to initiation. When you miss it, you don't just lose information, you lose transformation. When you catch it, your perception of reality expands beyond boundaries. Practically speaking, this means you must live as though the message could come at any moment. Don't wait for temples or ceremonies. Don't imagine it will happen only at dawn or during meditation. The broadcast could occur in a crowded street, in a dream, or in a single heartbeat between breaths. Therefore, you cultivate presence, not belief, but awareness. Presence is readiness in its purest form. You cannot summon the message, but you can prepare to receive it. You do this through silence, integrity, and attention. You learn to recognize meaning in the mundane, patterns in the chaos. You train yourself to be sensitive to synchronicity, the subtle alignments that precede revelation. Because when the universe aligns again for that brief instant, only those who are awake will hear the echo of eternity. And when it comes, once and only once, you will know. The air will still, your pulse will slow, and everything around you will vibrate with recognition. You will understand that the moment is sacred, fleeting, irreversible. What you do next defines you. The universe will not repeat the offer. You will either act upon what you receive, or let it vanish into the abyss of missed possibilities. There are no second showings, no replays. Only this one cosmic breath, one chance to hear the voice that formed the stars. When it comes, be ready, because the universe will show this message from Thoth only once, and eternity will remember whether you listened. Recognizing the broadcast from Thoth is the fourth and perhaps most subtle piece of this journey. Because you might not know what you're looking for, you must learn how to recognize. The universe does not send glowing notifications or thunderous announcements. Its communication is more refined, woven through coincidences, sensations, and silent awareness. Recognition is not about seeing with the eyes, but perceiving with the whole being. The first indicator is a moment of extraordinary stillness. Not the stillness of boredom or fatigue, but a calm that feels sacred. It arrives unexpectedly, like the hush before a great storm or the silence between two heartbeats. The noise of the world fades. Your internal chatter slows. You might feel a hum in your chest, a tingling at the edge of perception. Some describe it as resonance, others as clarity. It is the body's acknowledgement that something greater is approaching. In that pause, your attention becomes precise, and in that precision, the message may begin to shimmer on the edge of consciousness. The second indicator is synchrony. Events begin aligning in improbable ways. You start noticing the same number appearing across your day, on clocks, receipts, pages. The same word repeats in books, conversations, or dreams. Symbols reoccur: an ibis, a feather, a key, a bridge. None of these are accidents. They are the universe's breadcrumbs leading you toward coherence. Synchrony is how the cosmic language translates itself into your timeline. The rational mind may dismiss these as coincidences, but the awakened mind knows that meaning hides in repetition. These alignments are signs of broadcast gestation, the energetic buildup before transmission. The third indicator is emotional gravitas, the feeling that this matters. It's not drama or fear, but reverence, a quiet gravity that pulls your awareness inward. You realize something profound is taking place beneath the surface. The universe isn't performing, it's inviting. The feeling is not loud but heavy, like standing at the entrance of a temple. The message asks for focus and humility. In that state, you sense that what is about to unfold could change you forever. The fourth indicator is insight outside of logic. You begin receiving understanding through channels beyond reasoning. It may come as metaphor, image, rhythm, or intuitive knowing. You can't always explain it, yet you feel its authenticity immediately. Words fail, but truth resonates. The human mind is trained to seek explanations. Thoth's language transcends explanation. It touches the symbolic layer of consciousness, the same layer used by dreams and myth. When you feel this knowing without knowing, that is recognition. The fifth indicator is the call to act. Right after receiving the broadcast, you will feel compelled, not pressured, to move. The energy within you demands expression. You might feel drawn to write, to create, to reach out, or to repair something broken. The message does not remain theoretical. It propels you into motion. That instinct to follow through is part of the recognition process. You know you've received something real when it transforms potential into purpose. Let us make it tangible. A person steps outside at twilight. The air is electric yet calm. The clouds drift and merge into the shape of a bird with outstretched wings. A gust of wind tosses a leaf at their feet, veins glistening in patterns resembling circuitry. 3 times that day, they've noticed the number 3 on clocks, license plates, and street signs. They pause, breath deep, and suddenly a phrase arrives unbidden in the mind. Rebuild the bridge you broke. It is not imagination, it's recognition. The message has arrived. Another person drives alone down an empty road at night. Their headlights catch an etching on a roadside tree, an ibis carved deep into the bark. At that same instant, their phone lights up with a text from an unknown sender. Truth matters. The synchronicity is too sharp to ignore. A chill runs through their body, not of fear but awareness. They whisper a quiet thank you. They have tuned in. They have received. To cultivate this ability, you must train your antenna. How? Through stillness and observation. Take moments each day to silence stimulation. No screens, no conversations, no tasks. Sit in nature, on a rooftop, or even in your own room with the lights dimmed. Listen without expectation. Ask internally, if the universe wished to speak, would I hear it? Then observe what happens. Notice shifts in sensation, rhythm, and intuition. The goal is not to chase signs, but to become sensitive enough to recognize them. When recognition occurs, record it. Write, draw, or speak it aloud. The message might fade quickly back into ordinary perception. If you fail to document, the nuance dissolves into memory's fog. Recording is not vanity. It is preservation. Every detail matters. What you saw, what you felt, what the environment was like. These are coordinates in the map of your personal revelation. The universe may never repeat the event, but your record keeps the vibration alive. Remember also, you might not see the message visually at all. It could arrive as sound, sensation, movement, even silence. Each person's perception channel is unique. Some are auditory, some visual, some kinesthetic. Expectation is the enemy of recognition. If you insist that the message must appear as light in the sky, you might miss the whisper in the wind. Keep the mind open, the senses alert, and the ego quiet. Focus on meaning, not form. Recognition is an act of readiness, not reward. The universe does not test you for worthiness. It measures availability. When you are present, calm, and receptive, you vibrate at a frequency that intersects with the broadcast. And when that intersection happens even for a second, you will know. Every cell of your being will say yes. Thus, the fourth stage is readiness, recognition, and documentation. These three steps ensure that when the message from Thoth moves through the veil of reality, it finds an awake receiver. You cannot summon it, but you can be ready. When the universe speaks, recognition is your proof of listening. Write it, live it, protect it, because once received, it will never come again in the same way. Once you receive the broadcast, the universe will return to its regular cadence. The extraordinary alignment dissolves. The stars resume their silent revolutions, and life continues as it always has. Yet something inside you has changed irreversibly. You carry the resonance of that moment, like a frequency still vibrating in your bones. This is stage 5. After the message, the phase of transformation, integration, and living proof. Your life begins to shift. Not in explosive fireworks, but in quiet recalibration. You start noticing what was always there, but unseen. The rhythm beneath noise, the pattern inside chaos, the purpose behind coincidence. People you meet, decisions you make, even your inner monologue, all subtly rearrange. What you once tolerated now feels heavy. What once frightened you now feels small. The message of Thoth has altered your perception. In the days and weeks that follow, you will feel two kinds of pressure. The first is internal. Why me? What now? A weight of responsibility settles in your chest. You sense that you have been chosen to act, yet you do not yet know how. It is both thrilling and unsettling. The second is external. The world continues as though nothing happened. People go to work, scroll through screens, argue over trivialities. You, meanwhile, are walking through a dimension they cannot perceive. The challenge is to bridge that gap, to bring the internal revelation into external expression, without retreating into isolation. You must act. The message loses power if hoarded. Acting means implementing what you heard, not merely pondering it. If the voice told you to restore what you broke, you must examine your life and mend what's fractured. Apologies long delayed, promises unkept, trust undone. If it said shine the unseen, you must step forward and illuminate truth where silence reigns. If it said build connections, you must reach across divides, emotional, social, spiritual, and weave unity where fragmentation ruled. Your next step may be small or monumental. Sometimes the universe demands quiet correction, a single conversation that heals years of distance, a letter that frees two souls, a habit abandoned. Other times it asks for upheaval, changing careers, relocating, dedicating your life to service, or releasing guilt that has defined your identity. Size doesn't matter, alignment does. Movement, not perfection, fulfills the broadcast's command. Thoth's message is not inert. It is catalytic. It was never meant to rest as theory. When it lands, it triggers transformation. The energy that entered you wants to move outward, through deeds, through choices, through creativity. You are not a vault for divine truth. You are a conduit. The broadcast continues through your living. Once you accept this, you become a transmitter. The message didn't end with you, it multiplied. People around you will sense something different. Some will feel drawn to your energy and seek the source. Others will resist it. Truth disturbs comfort. You cannot control their reaction. Your task is to live authentically, not to convince. As you embody the message, its frequency radiates naturally. Then comes the test of doubt. After the initial illumination fades, the mind questions itself. Was it real? Did I imagine it? Doubt is natural. The mind fears what it cannot measure. Do not let skepticism paralyze action. Return to your records, your notes, sketches, memories. Revisit the sensations, the insight, the clarity you felt. That was not fantasy. Trust the imprint. As Occam's razor teaches, the simplest explanation is usually correct. You experienced a genuine crossing point between self and cosmos. You received, and now you must respond. As you move forward, you'll face friction. The old world will attempt to reclaim you. Routines, distractions, cynicism, familiar chaos. These forces are not evil. They are inertia. They exist to test whether you truly transformed or only flirted with change. Hold your ground. Reread your message. Meditate on the symbols. Integration is a long process, not a momentary high. Months may pass and life will appear normal again. But sometimes in the quiet of dawn or in a half-remembered dream, you will return to that sacred instant. You'll see again the alignment, hear again the unspoken words, feel again the pulse of the broadcast. Then you'll ask yourself, have I lived it? If the answer is yes, your spirit will feel expansive, like standing in sunlight. If the answer is no, you'll feel contraction, an ache, a reminder to realign. The message is patient, but it does not vanish. The work of integration is cyclical. You may not receive new transmissions, but you will receive echoes, synchronicities reminding you of your commitment. Each time you act with integrity, you reinforce the signal. Each time you deny it, the static grows. The universe does not punish, it reflects. You are now part of a feedback loop of cause and consequence, light and shadow. Finally, when you act, you complete the circuit. The universe sent the signal. You responded. Energy moved through you and into the world. That ripple extends far beyond your awareness, affecting minds, events, and futures you will never see. You become part of a living architecture of change, one cell in the body of cosmic evolution. That is the purpose of Stage 5, the aftermath, the shift, the integration, the action. You will not just remember the broadcast, you will embody it. The true listener becomes the living message, and though the universe will never repeat the signal, its vibration will echo endlessly through what you have become. Every message from the cosmos requires a clear channel. Just as a radio cannot play music if surrounded by static, your consciousness cannot detect the signal of Thoth amid constant noise. Creating your receiver's field is the art of tuning yourself to the universe's wavelength. It begins with one simple practice, stillness. Each day, carve out 10 quiet minutes. No music, no screens, no conversation. Sit where you can breathe freely. A garden, a balcony, a silent room. Let your body grow heavy, your breath slow, your thoughts loosen. This is not meditation in the traditional sense. It is attunement. You are not trying to empty your mind or chase visions. You are simply making space. Let the world's noise fade like waves receding from the shore. At first your thoughts will chatter. Let them, do not fight or follow them. Eventually, a moment will come when you realize you are observing the noise rather than drowning in it. That is the first pulse of readiness. In that calm, ask quietly, if the universe is about to show me something, am I ready to see it? This is not a demand, it is an invitation. You do not force revelation, you prepare for it. The question itself becomes a vibration, a beacon that signals to the cosmos. This vessel is open. No expectation. No rush, just openness. Then make a small ritual of documentation. Keep a journal solely for this purpose. Title it your receiver's field log. Each time something uncanny or inexplicable happens, no matter how small, write it down. A repeated number, a dream that echoes waking life, a phrase you overhear that mirrors your thoughts. These are not coincidences. They are calibrations. Over time, patterns emerge. The universe speaks in repetition. What you once dismissed as random begins to reveal structure. Perhaps every time you doubt, a certain symbol reappears. Perhaps your intuition spikes before meaningful encounters. The log becomes proof of communication, a map of synchronicity. You are training your perception to notice the language of reality itself. Understand that this practice is cumulative. 10 minutes of stillness may seem trivial, but repetition builds resonance. Just as an instrument must be tuned daily, your awareness sharpens through consistency. The field strengthens until even subtle signals ring clear. When Thoth's broadcast arrives, you will not be startled. You will recognize it. Recognition is a skill, not a miracle. The receiver's field is where that skill grows. It teaches patience, humility, and sensitivity. It shows that revelation is not about asking louder, but about listening deeper. Every second spent in silence builds capacity. When you finally encounter the real message, the one that arrives only once, you will have the sensitivity to grasp it fully. Now let us move from preparation to purpose. Do not postpone awakening. The universe does not wait for perfect timing, only for presence. Choose today. Decide that from this moment forward, you will live as though the broadcast could come at any instant, because it can. Silence your devices for a while. Step outside. Lift your eyes from the screen to the horizon. Observe the sky, not for omens but for perspective. Look at the water, the trees, the slow dance of clouds. These are not decorations of the world. They are instruments of communication. The same energy that shaped galaxies moves through them and through you. Breathe deeply. Let your exhale carry away distraction. Your inhale draw in clarity. As you breathe, imagine the air itself filled with signals, frequencies waiting to be heard. You are not separate from the broadcast. You are part of the circuitry. When you listen, the cosmos listens back. Remember, the universe is not passive. It is an intelligent field of interaction. Every thought, emotion, and action you generate vibrates into it. The more attuned you become, the clearer its replies. You are a participant, not an observer. So now act. Create your field. Keep your log. Recognize the signs. When the universe speaks, listen. When the words arrive, respond. Do not let fear or doubt silence you. The message will not come twice. This is not superstition. It is physics of consciousness. Energy transfers once through a perfect window, and if missed, it moves on. Therefore, live awake. Walk slower. Observe more. Speak less. Let gratitude replace anxiety. Notice that even the smallest details, the way sunlight hits a wall, the way a stranger glances at you, can carry meaning. You are surrounded by communication. All that's missing is attention. When the broadcast from Thoth finally comes, it may not thunder across the heavens. It may arrive as a whisper in the rhythm of your breath, as a realization between thoughts. But you will know it because you have trained to know. The universe rewards awareness. It calls not to the loud, but to the still. Be still, be bold. The message lies ahead, waiting in the weave of stars and silence. When it appears, make it count, because eternity does not repeat itself. The cosmos will show the message once, and those who are ready will turn that single moment into a lifetime of illumination.